Analysis on USDCAD. A quick video that I wanted to make. On 4 hours and 1 hour we can see a RSI divergence of the highest level right here and this right here. So that means it's basically it's oversold, most likely going to go up. We also saw a rejection of this fair value gap that is supported by all of this. We also see a daily trend line being kept in place. I'm expecting this to go up a bit more, get back into the zone as we saw with the previous candles, and potentially go up to this support and resistance, because it's basically the highest one in the position and it's the most likely one. Although I believe that if it doesn't go into that position now, it most likely will break, because usually when this happens, when we see this type of consolidation in the upside after a big move up, that just means that it's failing to go up, which could mean that most likely probably will retrace into the downside, probably break this structure right here. But the reason why I think that's not going to happen is because it hasn't reached 61.8 yet, and that's I think going to happen here. The reason why my take profit is not on the 61.8 is primarily because I don't really trust it. All I want is for it to reach the new high, the previous high, which is what I'm doing. Maybe I'm gonna take the amount here. We'll have to see and wait for the price action. We also saw a bit of, as you can see, it went down, broke structure here, went back up, failed to go up over this, so it went down, shot down, broke this, took out all the liquidity, and now it's kind of getting into this, reacting to this. So what could happen is it could get to this point here, could get back up and then shoot down again. So whenever this happens, I'm probably going to move my stop loss to break even, and I think that should be alright after that. So if it ever comes down, we can always say that it probably can reverse, right? So yeah, I believe it's probably going to get to this point. There's a lot of liquidity sitting here. The buyers in, they wanted to go to make the price go up, and we're talking about the daily buyers here and the 4-hour buyers. Their stop losses are usually here, so most likely what they're gonna do is they're gonna probably want to take out at break even, and that's probably what's gonna happen. As again said, there's also a lot of people who sold here, so whenever it gets to this point, then it probably will go and sell off. As you can see, my stop loss here is very, 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 how do you say this? Very thin, or not thin, it's not big, it's like 15 pips. The reason why that is again, as I said, because of RSI, and not only that, it's also because of the stochastic. On 1 hour, we can see that it has been oversold. On 4 hours, we can see the same thing. On the daily, we also see it going down. The blue line is also in that stage as well. And weekly, I don't think weekly is in this position. No, it's not. But yeah, that's basically it. Overall, as you can see, it is consolidating. It's failing to break this high. It's failing to break this high, this low. Previously, it has done that, as we can see. broke this right here, shot back up, failed to break this, right, went down, but failed to break this right here, went back up, so most likely it's probably gonna go down. That's my assessment. It's also creating this head and shoulders pattern with this neckline, but it's very hard to say exactly if what I did here is true. It could also just go down, but I believe most likely what's going to happen is that it's going to reach 61.8 and then retrace. Hasn't reached it yet, which is exactly why I'm pretty interested in this right now. So yeah, that's basically it about USDCAD. We also have GJ. With GJ, there's also a stochastic here. On 4 hours, we can see that there's a Fibonacci. It touched 61.8. Broke this structure here. So there's a couple of things that can happen. It could probably just go down, touch this, and then go up again. So if my stop loss is going to be taken out, I'm probably going to re-enter this. Because you can see it is not working properly. We do see that it's failing to break, which is completely okay. This actually might not even break. That's something to note. There's a lot of resistance here, and we can see that here. There's also a very, very big gap left out in the market, which I do not like. This has been filled, but there's only this one right here, and I believe that mostly I think it's probably going to be hit. This is one of the reasons why I think it's going to go down here. Plus USD JPY, which is basically very similar to GJ, it doesn't go up, which is one of the reasons why this is not going up. It's also creating a head and shoulders pattern, as you can see on the 1 hour. So most likely what we're going to see is it probably will go down again. There's another pattern here that I'm interested in. It's also, as you can see, rejecting this right here. So it did make a new high, we do see that, but most likely what's going to happen is that it's going to retrace. And I believe it's going to probably be at 50%. This is probably the most likely scenario because it has to fill in the gap. It's hard to say exactly if I should get into this or not, but as you can see, it's just like the reason why I don't think this is going to go up. It could go up, absolutely. I just don't know if it's going to be a good position or not. I also have a trade on GBP NSD, which again has the same premise. The problem with this though is that I don't like the Fibonacci zones, and I don't exactly know why I've entered this position as well. Primarily I entered this because of the stochastic, which means that again, as we can see here, there's a lot of resistance here, and it went back to it, so I'm waiting for it to retrace. We also see that there is a apparent head and shoulders pattern that is bullish. It also broke the neckline, which was this, and I was just kind of retracing. It may hit the neckline, which means it might go down a bit more and then go up again to this resistance right here. But I kept it simple. My stop loss is very, it's not huge, so I saw resistance here. As you can see, these candles right here is spelling the fact that most likely it's going to retrace. And basically, I'm just holding my fingers crossed and hoping that it doesn't go into this point here, because it could just get into this yellow support and resistance zone, as we can see, which again is liquidity, so it might probably tap into it and then go back up again. Anything might happen. The same thing can happen here as well. So this is my analysis. I know it's not the best, but it's basically all I have. We do see this as well. It's overbought, but looking at the context, Doesn't seem like it is. We can probably look at RSI as well. I think there was an RSI divergence here. We do see on RSI that it's below 30, I think. I can't see it. It's probably because of this. As you can see. That's basically it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.